1. Who stirred the waters at the Pool of Bethesda? He is the angel Raphael. 2. The condition of Abraham and Sarah, who were old and advanced in years. Menopause and erectile dysfunction, which prevented them from bearing a son. Received healing with the presence of the healing angel Raphael.
I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who serve in the presence of the glorious Lord.
In some Jewish literature and in the Deuterocanonical books, Raphael is the name of the healing angel. This name is related to the name of God, Adonai Rapha, Yahweh the healer, or Adonai Rafika, Yahweh your healer, as in Exodus 15:26, or Adonai Harif, Yahweh the healer. Thus, the angel, Raphael, is the angel sent by God to bring healing. In modern Hebrew, the word Rapha, to heal, is still used. For example, referring to a doctor medical, Rof, or with the definite article, Harif. In Christianity, Raphael is recognized as an angel. Raphael is mentioned in the Book of Tobit, accepted as canonical by Catholics, Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, and some Anglicans. Some Christian interpreters interpret the unnamed angel, mentioned in the Gospel of John 5:1-9, who troubled the water at the healing Pool of Bethesda as the angel Raphael. However, this interpretation seems to be somewhat inaccurate because the Pool of Bethesda is a pool of paganism. The natural, or rather artificial, power that exists in that pool is truly strange. Also, the effects of washing those sacrifices are truly strange. I don't know what kind of power it is until it can heal a blind person. The angel who is said to be a messenger, an ordinary human, sent down to stir the water, is also strange. All of this seems absurd. In the temple of God, there is a place deliberately provided for washing sacrifices. Generally, commentators agree that the healing power of this pool is supernatural. The Byzantine Antiquar manuscript, which is suspected to add the phrase,
"For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool, and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had." John 5-4.
And the Westcott and Hort manuscript, specifically for the issue of John 5:3-4, may be considered as the correct manuscript. However, considering that even Satan has the power to perform supernatural miracles, stirring the water of that pool and even granting healing, and the word agelos in John 5-4 is in the sense of an angel, messenger of Satan. Note that the TR manuscript only writes agelos, meaning angel, messenger, and there is no addition of kurios Lord. This allows for the possibility that there are indeed disobedient angels who are allies of Satan. Therefore, this can also be considered by commentators who lean more towards the TR manuscript. I give the audience the freedom to consider it for themselves. The name Raphael is highly recognized in Judaism. Raphael is believed to be actively involved in guarding the people of Israel, including his presence with the patriarch of Israel, Abraham. When 3 angels appeared before Abraham, they appeared in human form. Abraham welcomed the 3 angelic guests, who appeared as ordinary travelers.
And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and, lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground. Genesis 18:2.
It seems that Abraham was fully aware that he was meeting 3 angels, one of whom was a majestic figure before him, and he welcomed the great guest Malach Yahweh with an attitude of prostration until the ground. The word Vayishtaku comes from the word to bow down, prostrate, shaka. Notice that this verse uses the word ra twice. Why twice? Because Moses uses the verb ra, the first time meaning to see, while the second time The verb ra means to understand. Abraham saw, then knew, understood that one of the three was the Malach Yahweh. The meaning of the verb is to bow down deeply, to declare, to obey, which is a controversial, unusual attitude, truly indicating a willingness to submit and surrender oneself and his power. Notice Genesis 18 to 1 to 2 by Rashi and Rambam. The angels who met Abraham, that one of them is Raphael. I quote Rashi's interpretation. The phrase, V'haina shelo sha nashim nitzavi malav, means, and there were three men standing before him in Genesis 18 to 2. This phrase is interpreted that the three angels each have their own tasks because one angel does not perform two tasks. One to announce to Sarah the birth of a son, one to overthrow Sodom, and one to heal Abraham. Angel Raphael, Angel Raphael who healed Abraham went there to rescue Lot, which explains what is stated, and as they brought them out, he said, escape for your life, Veomer Himalet Alnaf Sheka. If the three angels are Malach Adonai, or Malach Yahweh and Angel Raphael, then who is the other one? We can only speculate. With alternative names, Uriel or Michael or Agavriel. It could also be one of the seraphim or one of the cherubim. We can speculate a lot about this. The presence of Angel Raphael in the healing of Abraham refers to these two verses.
Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age. And it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also. Genesis 18:11 to 12.
The way of women had ceased to be with Sarah, the condition of Abraham and Sarah who were old, and advanced in years, menopause, and erectile dysfunction, which prevented them from having a son, was restored with the presence of the healing angel Raphael. It is clear that the presence of the son, Isaac, was born from the miracle of healing from God. God has the ability to turn what seems impossible into reality. Although at that time Sarah graciously and generously hosted these angels when she made a mistake, they admonished her for it, just as Christ admonished Martha in her own home. Is there anything too secretive to escape his knowledge? No, there isn't, even including Sarah's laughter, though it was done within her heart. Is there anything too difficult, surpassing his power? No, not even to give a child to Sarah in her old age. Here is a question sufficient to answer all objections. Arising from flesh and blood, is there anything whatsoever that is impossible for the Lord?